If the eyes are the windows to the soul, then we want our children to have a clear view of the world. And with the back-to-school season coming up, that world will include new faces, new activities, and new things to read, both near and far. Here to tell us how we can help keep children's eyes sparkling and ready for a bright future, we have the president of the American Optometric Association, Dr. Ronald Benner. Welcome, Dr. Benner.
Thanks for having me, Desiree.
So, Dr. Benner, first off, can you fill us in on how eye health plays a role in our little ones' development and their learning as well?
Absolutely. The American Optometric Association believes that eye health and vision disorders can greatly affect a child's school success and their learning capabilities. 80% of learning comes through the visual system. And when there's defects within that system, it becomes hard. It can affect academic performance. It can affect athletic engagement. It can affect social interactions, as well as a child's self-esteem. Unfortunately, most children do not know how to tell you that there's something wrong, or even if there is wrong. So we encourage parents to reach out to their local doctor of optometry for that annual in-person comprehensive exam.
Helpful tips and screen time. We all love it, but is all the on-screen media consumption playing tricks on our kids' vision?
Well, since the pandemic, we've certainly seen an increase in the use of digital devices. It's estimated now that children spend somewhere between 6 and 9 hours a day on those digital devices. Long-term effects, we're looking at those. But until we know exactly, we want to practice good visual hygiene with those. One of the aspects we talk about is what's called the 20-20-20 rule, meaning that every 20 minutes, we encourage the child to look at something 20 feet away for 20 seconds. That allows the visual system to relax, for the focusing muscles to reset, and basically have a small break before returning to that digital device. We also encourage parents to get the kids off of the devices at times. Recent studies have shown that if we can have 2+ hours a day of outside activity, we see a decrease in the amount of nearsightedness or myopia development, and that's significant over a child's lifetime.
Yeah, I see that some of the kids with the iPad super close to their face, so I think it's helpful to incorporate the 20-20-20 like you mentioned. And we've all heard that an apple a day keeps the doctor away, but what about regular eye exams? What are these checkups an absolute must for our children in person, no less?
Well, absolutely. We strongly encourage annual eye exams for children. Unfortunately, the school screenings are sometimes misleading. They only test what a child can see one eye at a time at 20 feet away. And that's only about 4% of what a comprehensive eye exam tests. During that testing with your eye doctor, we will test for focusing, flexibility, tracking, pointing, binocularity, as well as ocular health. Your local optometrist can diagnose 270 different diseases during that eye exam. So getting your child in for that annual comprehensive exam is vitally important to the child's normal development.
And before we let you go, can you give us some advice for alleviating children's fear of having to wear eyeglasses if they need to? Some kids really want to resist doing it, but why should they consider it if it's needed?
It used to be there was a fear, but anymore, especially in my practice, I don't see that fear there. There's less of a stigma. Glasses and contacts have become almost a fashion order for the kids. Once they can see that their visual system is functioning and they can actually see clearer and better, and their eyes aren't as tired, they're not as fatigued, using glasses becomes less and less of a problem. And as a fashion accessory, every child wants to be fashionable today.
I love that. Dr. Benner, thank you so much for joining us today. And for more information, you can visit aoa.org/eye. That's EYE. Deserve more.